All right, ladies and gentlemen, MrSotko here. Welcome back to the channel. Got a whole bunch of good news stuff for you today, and the very first thing is that ICOs might be in a little bit of trouble. So 25% of Pantera Capital ICO projects may have to refund investors, and this is mostly American ICOs or ICOs that sold to Americans. The SEC, ooh, they didn't like it that much. So things keep going from bad to worse on the US blockchain companies that held ICOs without registering with the SEC. So one of the crypto's largest hedge funds, Pantera Capital, told Bloomberg that around 25% of the digital currency projects in its portfolio may have to refund the money. So while the Californian-based Pantera Capital believes that the majority of its investments will be unaffected by the SEC ruling, at least a quarter of them will have an undecided fate at the current moment. I swear I can talk. There is the distinct possibility that these projects could be in violation of securities laws, and that's not a good place to be. So this is all over the cryptosphere right now, and it's not looking too good. So in an announcement on November 16th, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission stated that two startups, Paragon Coin and AirFox, had raised millions of dollars worth of funds by issuing tokens that did not comply with the U.S. securities laws, as they were issued to non-accredited investors. So in order to get things on the right side of the law, it seems any startup in the same position has a pretty clear path ahead of them. Pay the penalty, offer a refund, and register with the SEC. Sounds pretty simple, except that these blockchain startups raised funds to build products and teams, and much of the funding has already been spent. And after these two ICOs set a precedent warning last month, shockwaves of panic were felt throughout the crypto community. It became clear that many startups that held ICOs could soon find themselves in the same boat. So Pantera first, and possibly more to come. If they did not register with the SEC and they sold tokens indiscriminately to people every day, to everyday people, rather than accredited investors, which what ICOs sold to accredited investors? Aren't they for the everyday people? So that's pretty much, let me do the math. All of them. Their doors would certainly be knocked on. So not good. So nobody knows how this is going to go about. So a lot of ICOs are going to have to refund everybody. But again, you might be like, how? Good question. So first of all, they could say, okay, refund them in the Ethereum and the Bitcoin they gave, but isn't that Bitcoin and Ethereum gone because they had to sell it for fiat to fund their project? So if that's gone, then they will have to give back money. And then how are they going to give back money exactly? I mean, just straight to people's bank accounts, or do they have to rebuy the Bitcoin and Ethereum? So either way, this isn't looking good. So either way I look at this, prices are going to dip from this. The reason why is because if you give everybody back the Bitcoin and Ethereum, what are people going to do with it? They're either going to do one of two things. There are people that receive the refund are either going to A, hodl their Bitcoin or Ethereum, and that's not really going to do anything for prices, so that's fine. Or two, they're going to sell their Ethereum and Bitcoin to get some of their money back. Now, all of that Bitcoin and Ethereum is worth way less than what they gave initially, so now they're going to receive it and they might sell it. And by selling it, the prices are going to go down. So I only find this going one of two ways, either nothing at all or prices going down. This is not going to affect prices in a positive manner, almost certainly in a negative manner. So there are plenty of articles on this on the internet right now, all over crypto Reddits, all over crypto news sites. Every single crypto news site has basically this same article or something along the lines of it, looking pretty grim, because giving back all of this in money means that they would have to give back way more money than the Bitcoin or Ethereum is worth now. Or if they gave back the crypto, it's worth way less now, and a lot of people are likely to sell it on an exchange just to get some of their money back and just say screw it, and then that's going to lower prices. So not good at all. Moving on to the next article here. The flappening is complete. Oh my. The event which Litecoin community has been eagerly awaiting has just come to fruition. Litecoin has reclaimed its market capitalization position above Bitcoin Cash, as predicted earlier in the year by Litecoin creator Charlie Lee. Back in February 2018, Charlie Lee posted a tweet in reaction to the politics surrounding Bitcoin and its much-hyped fork, Bitcoin Cash. Lee reaffirmed his belief in Bitcoin as #1 against all those who look to challenge for the crown or claim otherwise, and 10 months later, December 14th, that prediction came to pass and acts as a warning in the future to be very wary and skeptical of the hype and hyperbole within the crypto space. And we'll get to that in just a second. So that's all I really want to read in this article, is that Litecoin has retaken Bitcoin Cash, and we're going to take a look at crypto at CoinMarketCap here right after this and the prices, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, I want to go on to the next article here, and this isn't really necessarily a news article. It's just a website that has posted an article, whatever you even want to call this, crypto YouTube influencers in 2019. I don't know why 2019, because we're not in 2019 yet. This should probably be called in 2018, but whatever. The Ultimate Collection. So, video content produced on the world's second largest search engine builds the narrative of any niche and acts as one of the best places to go for up-to-date information. So this is basically a ranking of crypto YouTubers, the top 75 crypto YouTube influencers. And again, it says 2019. It's 2018. I don't know, like, did I go to the future, or is this just a typo? Anyway, I'm assuming it's 2018. So let's have a few of the honorable mentions. The most subscribers is number 1 is Data Dash at 317,000, Chris Dunn at 204,000, and Doug Polk at 198,000. I always kind of say like Doug Polk, but it's Polk. I don't know. Don't mind me. So those are the top 3 most subscribers. So good for you guys. Moving on to the highest view to sub ratio. Number 1 is Crush the Street with views to subscribers of 187.55. Number 2 is Crypto Beatles at 134.28. And me at number 3, awesome, at 124.71 per subscriber. So thank you guys for those views. Thank you guys for watching all these guys, really. But all those views, those are your views. You know what I mean? I make the content, but without you guys watching, you know, then I don't have any views, I guess. So thank you guys. Longest standing, number 1 is Sunny Decree, interestingly enough. He made his YouTube channel on September 14th, 2006. I made mine. I'm number 2 at November 20th in 2006. And number 3, Charles Hoskinson at June 22nd, 2007. And the best newcomers is Crypto Beatles, Decentralized TV, and Crypto Coin News. Pretty interesting. All good job to all of these crypto YouTubers. Good job, guys, for making it to the top. And then it goes from number 1, basically total views and subscribers and stuff, ranked as Data Dash, Amir Rozik, Suppoman. Sorry, guys. Crypto Beatles, number 5, Ivan on Tech. I think I am number like 37. If you scroll all the way down here, and I'm ranked, yeah, number 37 overall. So not too bad. At least I'm on there. So awesome, guys. Thank you for that. Moving on. Cryptocurrency enthusiasts can pay $10 million for a 12-night stay in space. So the Orion Span project has plans to launch a space station that will be used as a luxury hotel. Its Aura space station is set to launch in early 2022, and a 12-night stay on the craft is setting back $9.5 million. And the space hotel says it's sold out its first 6 months of reservation, so they're already sold out. And the project is accepting cryptocurrencies, includes Bitcoin Cash for 12-night packages. And this is on Bitcoin.com, so of course they say includes Bitcoin Cash, but I'm assuming like Bitcoin, Litecoin, and other ones as well. So good job, Bitcoin.com, for just saying Bitcoin Cash. Good job, guys, I guess. Anyway, so apparently it's supposed to be like up to like 12 people or 6 people in the actual ship. No, 4 to 6 guests in total at a time, and 2 crew members during the 12-night stay. Now, this is very interesting because if something went wrong, the 2 crew members would have to really know what they're doing, borderline engineer / astronaut level. You know, and 4 to 6 guests in total at the time is also interesting as well. So these 4 to 6 guests, I'm assuming, will have to go through a lot of some kind of training because flying up into space makes people pass out. You have to you have to get used to the G-forces. You have to get used to being in basically zero gravity, or at least the falling gravity. I know scientifically, whatever, there's still gravity, but you're falling. I get it, whatever. You know, so zero gravity, essentially. Learning how to essentially go to the bathroom for 12 days in a like vacuum toilet or whatever they use. So very interesting, like how this is going to go about. So I think 12 days is way too much. Like I don't think I'd even want to be in space for 12 days. I think like you'd get used to it and you'd like have fun for like the first day, like flying around and like moving back and forth and stuff and having a good time. And then I think it would just get really annoying. Like you'd have to strap yourself in to fall asleep. I'm kind of an insomniac, and it's very difficult for me to fall asleep, like unless like I have like ideal conditions, and this would be a nightmare for me. But I guess if you got 10 million bucks and you want to go to space, but 12 months is way too long for me. Anyway, moving on to the next. Remember, guys, one Doge equals one Doge. Okay? Remember that. Moving on to CoinMarketCap. We're at 102 billion. Let's go ahead and refresh it, see what we're at. 102 billion again, so no craziness in between refreshing, which usually always happens. It dumps like by $1 billion. But either way, we're at 3,200 Bitcoin. And now I want to talk about that price. I want to talk about Litecoin real quick. Litecoin is number 7. It has surpassed Bitcoin Cash and SV, but not by much. We're talking less than $100 million here, about 56 million or so. At $23.94. So the market continues to go down. We're starting a little dip upwards, but who knows how long that will last. And any further down and we'll be sub $100 billion market cap. But Bitcoin dominance still at 55%. So Bitcoin, oddly enough, still the best store of value as it continues to hold its place at about 55%, meaning all the other coins are going down disproportionately to Bitcoin. So interesting that we have this. If you would have looked at CoinMarketCap months and months and months ago, or at the beginning of the year or something like that, this would all be so different. Ethereum would be number 2, XRP would be 3 or 4, Tether would be way down there at like 13 or something like that, Stellar would be down a little bit more, Bitcoin Cash would be at like 4, just really crazy like how all this is turning out, and that coins are now really starting to shift around, as before for about an entire year or even longer, all the coins essentially held their positions approximately where they were. But that's all I have for you guys today. I do want to make it a quick announcement. During my live stream yesterday, I announced that I would love to have an artist or somebody really good at Photoshop or whatever to make some thumbnails for my channel, because traditionally I just use pretty regular thumbnails. You know, I think if I were to have some more clickbait, now, no, don't get me wrong here. I don't want like JR Garage, like piles of money and Lambos next to me, because I feel like that's just total nonsense clickbait. But I would like to meet somebody who is incredible at making thumbnails, big poppy thumbnails where you can read the titles, because everybody just looks at the thumbnail first. They don't even read the title of YouTube. You look at the thumbnail first, then you read the title. So if you guys are really, if anybody out there is really good, you can get a hold of me. My email is in the description below. Maybe you can send me an example, maybe take one of my videos and make a thumbnail for that video and be like, hey, what do you think of this? I've already had a couple people send me examples, and unfortunately I kind of rejected them. The text was way too small on different backgrounds and things like that. So if anybody out there, I'm not sure how much I could pay or if I could pay at all, but if it really helped my channel to put these like some better, more clickable thumbnails on my channel, maybe I can share just a little bit with you. Who knows? But if you got nothing better to do and you're an artist and you just kind of want to be a part of the channel or something like that, just send me an email. And if I don't get back to you, maybe I rejected it, don't feel bad. I'll probably get a few offers or something like that. But you know, it's worth a try. MrSotko@gmail.com. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And as usual, I will see you guys next time.